Hello everyone, welcome to Sai Stories. We are a channel dedicated to providing fun and cute stories revolving around size and perspective. Today we are going to do a quick recap video on all three stories you have seen so far, starting with My Tiny Miracle. My Tiny Miracle is a story that revolves around six teenage girls who go to a small high school in northern Japan. In the world that they live in, little people known as tinies exist as a form of a pet for anyone to own. It wasn't until one fateful day that a young girl named Faye encountered a small boy named Tyler who mysteriously appears in front of her. Tyler comes from an alternate world similar to the world the girls live in, but the man difference is their size. However, all the girls, when first encountering Tyler, all view him as a pet and do not respect him as an actual person. Knowing this fact, Tyler pursued on his mission to change not only Faye's mind but to convince every one of her friends of his true humanity. While doing so, Tyler gets himself into some tricky situations with some of her friends, such as Sachiko and even Faye's teacher, Sensei Kimi. Faye comes to see his determination and willingness to change her mind despite his small size. It showed not only the true nature of Tyler's humanity but also how much he cared for her, which she reciprocates. During the course of the story, Tyler developed a crush on Faye, seeing a lot of himself in her, which kicked off the mystery as to why he was sent to her in the first place. Faye was still unsure whether her hidden romantic feelings for Tyler was taboo, but eventually she overcame the barriers in her mind after seeing how much Tyler loves her, and thus leading to the acceptance of Tyler as her equal. The ending of Tiny Miracles concludes with Tyler being an official couple with Faye and establishing a new friendship with all of her friends. He was successful in convincing all her friends in his true humanity, which then leads to our sequel.
The sequel is My Tiny Defender. Shortly after My Tiny Miracle, the story follows along Faye's close friend, Sachiko Shimizu, while talking with Midori on plans to protect more tiny boys similar to Tyler. Sachiko's bullies, Akako and Amaya, come around to bother her, bringing up old resentments the two both share. After the brief scuffle, Sachiko tells Midori that she feels as if everyone around her only protects her out of pity and felt as if no one takes her seriously because of her young age. Sachiko rushed home after encountering Akako, feeling vulnerable and afraid of them. She sat on her bed, wishing she can have someone brave enough to defend her from those around her, thus leading to our next tiny character, a boy named Haru. Haru, like Tyler, is a boy sent to Sachiko in another strange random occurrence. After meeting Sachiko and realizing her immense size, Haru at first becomes somewhat frightened by the new world that he enters in. After a short while, he realizes Sachiko's sweet and gentle nature and works himself to becoming her friend. The course of the story follows Haru and Sachiko's encounters with dealing with the yandere Akako, who sets up an elaborate plan to kidnap Haru and make him hers to keep. Haru's primary reason in letting Akako kidnap him was to simply have Akako leave Sachiko alone so that she no longer had to live in fear of Akako or anyone else out to hurt her. In doing so, Sachiko and Haru draw close with each other, even garnering romantic feelings for one another after seeing how much Haru was willing to put himself in danger to defend her from her own bully. The story ends after Tyler and Faye rescues him from the clutches of Akako, which leads to Sachiko to ask for Noriko's assistance in healing Haru. After Haru was healed, Haru was finally able to tell Sachiko her hidden feelings for her, which Sachiko had for him this entire time. The story of My Tiny Defender then leads up to the recently completed My Giant Senpai. The voice you're hearing is the voice of the channel owner of Side Story. And we want to thank you, Kathy, for being our guest narrator for My Tiny Miracle. This is a quick recap of a long list of many important events that happen within each story. For more details as to what happens in each story, you can check them out in our playlist below to see each and every friendship was established with Haru and Tyler. As always, thanks for watching.